Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Wishing you a very happy New Year's. I hope you had a great 2022 and you will have a great 2023 as well. So in this video we are going to focus on what you should be doing when it comes to personal finances in a new year, and also the fact that 2023 financial year end is on the financial year is going to end in 3 months only. So there are lots of things that you must take care before the financial year ends in March. So let us talk about all those things in today's video. So let us start with understanding how to what are the some of the major things that you must be aware when you are doing thinking about your taxes and stuff like that in 2023. So firstly, ensure that you are meeting your ATC limits. So in the ATC limits, generally if your employees provident fund is not able to cover that, then you will have to invest in either a public provident fund, ELSS, or a fixed deposit and things like that, right? So what generally people do, just because you are on the you have the pressure of submitting the proof to your employer, you end up going to a bank and taking a 5-year tax-free FD. But that's not the way you do it, right? First, understand what kind of investment horizon you have. Say for example, if you have a 15-year horizon, then you could park your money in a public provident fund, or even as well as an ELSS, even though ELSS has a lower lock-in of 3 years, but then equity is a better instrument for a 15 years time horizon, right? But do not park it in a tax-free in the tax saver fixed deposit and the similar instruments available in a post office, because they are all taxable. So every year the interest that you earn will be taxable. So if your interest is at 7.5%, straight away 30%, if you are at 30% tax bracket, straight away 30% has to be paid every year. So your net returns will be lower than your inflation rate, right? Whereas in a public provident fund, 7.1% is tax free. So think about that. Okay. Apart from section 80C, 80D is also very important. So if you have not bought a health insurance yet, think about buying a health insurance. Premiums are rising, Niva Bupa is increasing the premiums from tomorrow. So think about buying a health insurance is also very important, because you cannot depend on your employer's health insurance, for a simple reason that employers health insurance are a perquisite. They are not really given to you just because the employer cares about you, right? They are given to you because they have to give it to you. So they have a budget, and they will go with whatever insurer fits in their budget and the features that fit in their budget, right? They will not select the features that are the most suitable for you, and they will not even give you enough cover, right? So that's why not very good idea to continue with employers health insurance. Just buy a separate health insurance for yourself. Next is something to think about is national pension scheme. A lot of people don't know about this, but if you contribute 50,000 rupees to national pension scheme, right, you contribute on your own, then you will get a deduction of 50,000 rupees. This is under section 80CC. So why don't you set up your NPS account and do that contribution? Because if you are in 30% tax bracket, then you will straight away save 15,000 rupees, right? So it's very important. Please do it. So lastly, do not cook any tax receipts. Say for example, you have to submit your HRA proof, right? Do not cook those receipts. Make sure that you are making rent payment and the other person is receiving rent payment. The other person is declaring it as his income in his income tax return, right? Only then it will be valid. So do that, and also ensure that the other person owns a property. If he does not own a property, then you could be in a deep trouble. So don't do that. Next is in for 2023, a lot of your credit card, if you have credit card with fees, a lot of these things will come up, wherein you have to pay your renewals. So try to call the credit card company and negotiate, right? Because if you are able to negotiate, you will end up spending less money when keep the same card. So recently, only yesterday, I called American Express for the renewal of my platinum travel card and asked them to waive off the fee entirely. They were happy to give me a 50% waiver, or they said that why don't you pay the entire fee and we will give you 15,000 points. And that's what I did, friends, because for a fee of 5,000 rupees, I got points of almost 8 to 9,000 rupees, right? So I ended up making 60% extra here. You can also make this if you apply for an American Express card using my referral link. I'm sharing the referral links in the description box. What you will get is, you will not only get first year free, you will also get a reduced free from second year onwards on the American Express membership rewards card, on the platinum travel card through negotiation, and you will also get 2000 bonus points. So why don't you use the link and sign up? Let me know if you have signed up. Apart from this, you should also think about tax loss harvesting and tax gain harvesting, right? Because this is very important, that must be done before 31st March every year. So what is tax loss harvesting? See, for example, you have bought some stocks, or you have bought some mutual fund investments, right? And they are in losses. So what you have to do is sell them and buy them again. How will this help? This will help you to pay less taxes on your profits. So for example, if you have any profits during the year, then you can adjust these losses with those profits. Not only you can adjust it in the same year, you can carry forward your losses for the next 8 years, provided you file your returns on time. So do that, and then what will happen is any future profits, you will end up not paying capital gains. So I have been doing this for many years, and trust me, I have not paid any capital gains tax yet. I barely minimum. Next is your tax gain harvesting. Okay, so you know that long term capital gains are now taxable, but there is an exemption of 1 lakh rupees, right? So for example, if you are able to book your profits up to a profit of 1 lakh rupees every year, okay, what is going to happen is, firstly, you will not be taxed for that 1 lakh, and then reinvest the same money, then your cost will go up. So if you keep doing this every year for the next 10, 15, 20 years, you will end up having a higher cost base, and when your finally time to redeem will come, that time you will have a lower tax outflow, right? So it's a wonderful way of lowering your taxes, tax loss harvesting and tax gain harvesting. If you can't understand, comment and ask me, I will help you understand this. Otherwise, get in touch with a CA and do it, or get in you can also talk to us if you want some help. Apart from that, in 2023, start taking your personal finance seriously. Think about term insurance, think about health insurance, think about your own retirement, right? Because nobody is going to give you a loan for retirement. You have to prepare for your own retirement. So think about that. What about your kids education? Have you started planning for your kids education? If you have a daughter, why don't you set up a Sukanya Samriddhi account? You get a tax free benefit there also. Why don't you start an SIP for your kids education, right? Because when the time for higher education will come, you may have a better standard of living from what you have today, and you may need more money, right? Because in the society you would be living, you would want to send your kids to the best of the college. They may want to go outside India also, and in those cases you will need money. So you don't want to borrow at that time, because you will be old, you'll be 40, 45, 50, right? So at that age you don't want to borrow. You won't be 40, you will be 45, 50 and above only. So you should start preparing for it today. You don't want your kids to borrow, right? Why will you want your kids to borrow when because it is your responsibility to get them educated? So do that. At least prepare for their undergraduation. They can maybe borrow for their post graduation, right? So they'll be very thankful if you're able to create this corpus today. Apart from this, start thinking about emergency fund. We live in a very dynamic world, right? So the things change dramatically and constantly, so anything can happen anytime. So have a big fat emergency fund, right? If you can't really understand what to do, get in touch with us, hire a financial planner, and we will help you put all these things in place, right? So if you have any questions with respect to any of these things, why don't you comment and ask me? I'll be very happy to answer your questions. If you have any other tax related queries for the financial year 2023, please do not forget to comment and ask, and also do not forget to make your uh, tax payments, right? So if you are in a business, make sure that you have paid your advanced tax payments, because that also is very important. I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.